But you know what? I wasn't there. I wasn't there yet. All I knew, I had 3 small kids. 3 small children that needed mom. They needed daddy, but daddy wasn't there. Because daddy had decided to take another pathway. He had decided to stray away from the word of truth and decided to indulge in the world. He was on crack cocaine. Somebody was talking about that last night. I think that was probably black, and we need to expose those things. He was on crack cocaine. Have you ever been in your house and you walk in your living room and you said, "Come on, right here." I remember a lamp sitting right over there. Where's my lamp? And the thing about it is, the other lamp is over there, so why you didn't take the path? You got the room, look at all this from Bible ladies, but you taking one of my lamps. Have you ever been there? But that's what? That's what the things of the world will do to you when you get some type of addiction. Look, saints, we need to have an addiction. But we need to have an addiction to the Lord. One of those I can't do without it kind of addiction. One of those that say, "Lord, if you don't come on in and I don't feel you today, I'm just not right." Because sometimes when people, it's all right if they go around and they don't feel God. Well, I just don't feel him today. I don't feel right today. But I had to learn when I was going through the things that I was going through that there was a purpose for my suffering. And I remember talking to the Lord, and I said, "Lord," I said, "I know what's good for me and what's best for me, but I'm not there yet." Because sometimes, even though people can tell you, "Child, you need to do this. You need to get rid of that man." I remember calling my best friend, and I said, "What should I do?" And you know what she would say? "I can't answer that one." Never gave me her opinion. Right? Because it took God to take me to the place. And I said to God, I said, "God, unless you take it out of my heart, it ain't going nowhere." So when people come to you and tell you what you ought to do, sister, tell them mind their own business. Because they're not God. It's a process, y'all. God has to remove that. Because see, I lived on memory for a long time. Because I remember when he was good. I remember when he was a good provider. I remember when he cleaned my house and took care of my kids. I remember when he loved me. It's like that fuel in your car when you get on E. It's only going to take you so far. It's going to only take you so far. And then you're going to run out of gas and you're standing on the street saying, "What am I going to do now?" So I had to ask God, "You got to take it out because I can't do it by myself." Because I love that man. And I ain't ashamed to say I love him. We'll be putting off like that. "Oh, this boy ain't no good." See, that's what y'all say to your friends and your family and stuff. When you trying to look all puffy like you ain't nothing bothering you. But you better tell it and be free, like I said. But I got to that point. And let me tell you what I did after that, y'all. Which was even stupider. Is that a word, stupider? Woo! I turned around and called my friend and said, "I done found a husband." See, I found him. I got him, and child, we drove down to Florida, y'all. He was an elder then, but he's bishop now in this church. Went down there and got married, y'all. Got married. They married 7 years, so I guess that's God complete. No, right? Well, I did make it to 7 on that one, y'all. But let me tell y'all something. I know it's fine, but let me tell y'all something about that. Be careful when you're coming in and out of a relationship. I know this is a women's conference, but be careful when you're coming in and out of a relationship because rebounding is going on right there. So you think somebody's going to come in and they're going to have all the right words for you. They're going to do all the things that the one that you had wasn't doing. And some folks are still in a relationship and they're on the side with Yeah, I know. I'm going to be talking about the purpose of my struggle, but God told me to say that too. Let me just go and get your script. Let's go and get correct. Hebrews 10:22 and 23. Yes, Lord. Hebrews 10:22 and 23 said, let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. Amen. For he who promised is faithful. God is calling on us to be faithful, y'all. No matter what you're going through, no matter the things that you find yourself in, because when I tell you, when I've been through some stuff, and I've been at like some of these people on the pulpit that are going in this pulpit today, I've been at the place of depression and suicidal and being molested and all of these things. But when we're going through those things, we don't recognize that this is a journey that God has allowed for us to take. Because if it had not been for His goodness, we wouldn't be standing here today. See, He allowed us to go through some challenges and go through some valleys. It looks like sometimes our valleys are just too long. Too long and too dry. It's like we can't feel God nowhere. We can't touch God nowhere. Hallelujah. Jesus. But He said, but He who promised is faithful. So when we're going through some things, we got to understand that God is going to bring us out. We may not have all the answers, huh? You heard the old saying, there's a glass full, a half full. Which one is it? Which one do you choose it to be? Because He said, His thoughts are not our thoughts. His ways are not our ways. And so when we're going through some things, and we're trying to figure out, God, why are you allowing this to happen to me? Huh? Why am I not good enough to have a good and faithful husband? I had made my mind up to say, I said, God, I know it can't be for me. 2 strikes, I certainly not going to the 3rd strike. Huh? Because you know what? It must not be right. Something ain't right. You know? These are my children. So I just got to be like Paul. I said, God, you must want me to be like Paul. You know, Paul said, he said he'd rather that you not married. Huh? Is that his word? So I got to know, I'd rather not be married. Huh? I didn't read the other part of it, though, because I'd rather not be married. Because I had purpose in my heart that these are my children. Me and God gonna take care of my kids. Didn't I say that to you? I said it. That's what I said. Because how many have been there and you just say something and you just have to get the words right around. And you don't want to just go ahead and say, yeah, I was wrong. My God, I was right. But I was there at that point because I was so frustrated. Because as that second husband, now y'all, that one was crazy. But see, you know what, when you rebound and you don't give yourself time enough to heal and to know your own self first. So all you see is this man that looks good. He can fix cars, he can do all of this. Yeah, he's going to be good around the house. You've been there, ain't you? So you're looking at me like you've been there. So you see something that looks like it's good. But the devil has camouflage out there. Everything that God has good, the devil got something out there that ain't real. But it dresses itself up like it's real. Huh? But y'all, let me tell you something. Let me tell you my story. I guess I got to tell my story. Because I promised God that every time I get a chance, I'm going to tell my story. I married that man. And like I said, I was married 7 years. But y'all, it was 7 years of hell. 7 years of struggle. Because my heart is still saying, you're married. The bed, the marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled. So I'm trying to hold on to what I know that the word has said, because my foundation told me that you're not supposed to be divorcing. that you're supposed to stay in this relationship, that you got to try to do everything that you can to make it work. But it wasn't working. It was to the point that I was all kind of names. Names I had never ever been called in my whole life. And y'all know that didn't feel good at all. It would wound me so deep inside. Even to the point of hearing a gun barrel just being click, click, click. Not being able to sleep that night. Even when I would try to get to a place where I can pray, I would go into my bathroom and the joker would stand outside my bathroom and just mock me. Turn the radio on. Have y'all ever lived in torment like that? Huh? Yeah, people talk about physical abuse. Physical abuse, you might have a scar, but it heals. Mental abuse is one of those things that you just replay over and over and over. You don't sleep at night, you toss and you turn because you still got this stuff ringing in your ear. And it just won't go away. It won't go away no matter what you try to do. But I've learned with God that you can have memory and it don't affect you.